All right, onwards to the last of our word problems for division of fractions. So we have a parcel of land that's 3 1/3 miles long and 2.5 miles wide. So let's draw that. So here is our parcel of land. It's 3 1/3 miles long and 2.5 miles wide. Okay, and we want to divide it into 1/3 square mile tracts. So we're going to subdivide this piece of land so that each of our smaller pieces, so whatever the size is here, each of those smaller pieces is going to be 1/3 of a mile squared. Okay, so like one of these here. We want to know how many of these tracts will the parcel make. So we want to take, the total area and then divide it by the area of each of our subdivided parcels. So first thing we need to do is actually calculate the area of our larger piece of land. So area we know is length times width. So here we're going to have 3 1/3 times 2.5. Let's convert that to improper fractions. So we get 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10/3, times 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, so 5/2. Okay, and now we can cross simplify if we can. I see I have a common factor of 2 there, so I'm going to divide by 2. That's all I see that I could do. So we get 25/3. So our total area of our, let's say total area of our large piece of land is 25/3 of a square mile. So now with that area, we want to know how many pieces we can get if we divide that into pieces that are 1/3 square mile each. So we're taking our total 25/3 and we're going to divide it by our piece size, which is 1/3. Okay, so to do that, we're going to flip and multiply. And I'm going to cross simplify here because I see I have a 3 on the top and a 3 on the bottom. And so I end up with 25/1. So 25 parcels can be made. All right, let's take a look at the next one. So go ahead and read through that next one. Okay, so Angela has about $4,000. She wants to invest in a certain stock. And she knows that every share of that stock sells for just over $25. So she wants to know how many shares she can buy. So we're going to take the total and divide it by the amount we're trying to kind of, the smaller, well, it's not always the smaller amount. We're going to take our total and divide it by the amount of each piece. So here our total then is what? Our total is going to be our money, so $4,100 that Angela has. And that's going to get divided by the $25.05. So notice our dollars are going to cancel, so our answer will be unitless here. Let's rewrite that with a division sign. And then pause this video and see if you can do this one on your own. All right, so hopefully you had a chance to do this question on your own. Let's continue here. So we have 4,100/1 because it was a whole number. We're dividing by 8 times 25 gives us 200, plus 5 is 205/8 when we convert that to a improper fraction. So we have 4,100/1 multiplied by the reciprocal here, which is 8/205. we're dealing with some big numbers here, but you might notice that the 205 would be half as much as 410, and we have 4,100. So there are some common factors there. Let's do 4,100 divided by 205 and see if we get a whole number. And if you do that on your calculator, you'll get a number of 20. So that means we could divide this top and bottom by 205 and reduce it down to a 40 and a 1, which makes our lives a lot easier because now we can do 40 times, oh, sorry, that should be a 20, not 40. Hang on. 4,100 divided by 205. Sorry, yeah, that should be a 20. Okay, so that's a 20. Oops. Okay, and so now we've got 20 times 8 gives us 160 over 1, which is 160. And so that will be our answer. 160 shares can be bought. All right, take a look at that next one. And so here we are being asked, we want to know how many full 3.5 inch sheets we can cut from 24 3/4 inches of stock. So I imagine maybe we're at like a paper factory and we've got this big long piece of paper that the factory's made, which is 24 3/8 inch. Okay, so that's kind of like our total amount. That's the total there. And we want to know how many pieces that are each 3.5 inches can be cut from here. So each of these widths is 3 1/2. So that means this is going to be a division problem. So we're going to get our total number, which is 24 3/8. And we want to divide that by the 3 1/2. So our inches are going to cancel. Let's rewrite this with the divide symbol. So 24 3/8 divided by 3 1/2. And now let's convert those mixed numbers to improper fractions. So we've got 8 times 24 gives me 192 plus 3 gives me 195 over 8. And we're dividing that by 7 over 2. Let's flip and multiply. So 195 over 8 multiplied by 2 over 7. Uh-oh, I think I've done something wrong here. That's not the answer I've got in my notes. Because it's not 3/8. It was supposed to be 24 3/4. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go back here. Let's just redo this. So we had 24 3/4 is our total length. So we're going to rewrite this then as 24 3/4 divided by 3 1/2. Okay, let's try that again. So if we do 4 times 24 and then add 3 to it, we get 99. So 99 over 4 divided by 7 over 2. Now let's flip and multiply. And can we reduce this at all? Can we cross simplify? Well, I see I have a 2 and a 4, and both of those are divisible by 2. So let's divide out a 2. 99 is not divisible by 7. So that's as far as I can go. So my answer here is going to be 99 times 1 gives me 99. And that's over 2 times 7 is 14. So once again, when I do these word problems, 99 over 14 doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I can't really visualize that. So I'm going to convert that to a mixed number. So we can do that by doing, well, maybe I'll do it up here. We're going to do long division on it. So 99 divided by 14. And how many times can we fit 14 into 99? So we can go 7 times. 7 times 14 gives me 98. So I'm going to end up with a remainder of 1, which means my mixed number here is 14, or sorry, not 14, is 7 and 1 over 14. Okay, now let's look at the question. It asks us how many full sheets can be cut. We can cut 7 sheets, and then we're going to have a little strip of paper left over that's wastage at the end. So our answer here would actually be 7 full sheets can be cut, because we don't really care about that waste. 7 full sheets can be cut. All right, and last one here. So we want to know how many boards, 4 5/8 inch wide, it would take to cover a floor that's 222 inches wide. Okay, so we've got this floor here. I guess I haven't drawn it very well, but there, I'm going to redo that, because usually width is your smaller dimension. Okay, here's our floor. That's looking a little bit better. And so let's say we have 222 inches here. Okay, and we want to know how many boards 4 5/8 inch wide can we cut from that. So pause this video and see if you can figure this one out. And let's do this one together. So we want to cut boards that have a certain width here. So our width of these boards is going to be 4 5/8 of an inch. Okay, this 222 was inches. So we're going to take our total measurement, 222, and divide that by 4 5/8. Our inches will cancel here, so our answer is going to be unitless, which is what we expect. So we've got 222 divided by 4 5/8. Let's convert that to a mixed number. So I'm just going to write this 222 over 1. And then we're going to divide by 8 times 4 is 32, plus another 5 would be 37. So 37 over 8. Let's flip and multiply. Okay, now just in case it works, I'm going to try doing 222 divided by 37 to see if I can simplify that. And we got lucky this time, it does. It gives us 6. So that means I can cross simplify here to 6 and 1. And then that's going to give me an answer of 6 times 8 gives me 48 over 1 times 1. So 48. So we can cut, or we can place 48 boards. We'll cover the floor. And that's it for chapter 2.